So good morning everyone and happy Easter. Today we're going to talk about making link bracelets so that there's no gap in the link, and the links also won't come apart. The file is already listed that contains 6 bracelets, one big one, and then some more daintier ones that look like this when they're on your wrist. So it's actually a pretty simple project. You will need a few things though, so we'll go ahead and start with that as usual. You need your heat gloves. You need your heat gun. I use a Wagner Furno. You'll need a pair of round nose pliers, a pair of needle nose pliers, jewelry pliers, preferably. I use a Lindstrom brand. They're kind of high end, but I've had these for about 10 years or longer actually, and they still work and look as if they're brand new. So they were well worth the investment. You're also going to need 1/8 acrylic, and you're going to need just a little bit of a 1/4 inch MDF to make this frame, and this is included in the file, and I'll explain what this is for in just a second. You'll also want a bracelet clasp, and any kind of clasps that you want to use is up to you. You'll want some 5mm jump rings. Okay. You can use a tassel if you want to add to your bracelet. But then you may also want some extender chain. All of these things you can get on Amazon, but I like to get my findings from Katie Mullinax at Monarch Pine. They're quick, they're good quality, and she's just all around fantastic. So there's that. All right, so what we're going to talk about here is this little frame. The reason why we use this frame is so that your links don't blow around when you heat them with the heat gun, because they're really lightweight. So we'll just stick them inside the frame when we heat them. The other thing is you've got several different pieces. You've got 2 end pieces. Then you've got some pieces that have a little slit that's really hard to see, but it's there. Once you heat it, we're then going to pull that slit, twist this a little bit, pull the slit apart, and that is what is going to allow us to attach it to the other pieces. And then you've got some pieces that don't have a slit, and you're basically going to alternate. But I'll show you what they look like. So once we've heated one and we've put it together, it kind of looks like this, okay? So we'll go ahead and get started. Again, you'll want to have the end piece ready, and then you'll put one of the pieces that has a link, the slit, in your frame. Now I'll just show you real quick what it looks like when you don't use the frame. But we'll need to use our heat gun as usual. I use that high fan setting and then kind of a medium-high setting. But you can see what happens if I just try to heat this and it just blows all over the place. So I just keep it in the frame. Heat it. It'll only take just a second. You'll see the slit sort of start to split apart. And when it does, you're ready. And you're basically going to take your end piece, the piece that you just heated, pull your slit apart, put it on this side, take one of the pieces that doesn't have a slit in it, put them together, put your little slit so that it's even, and then squeeze it for just a second so that it's cool, until it's cool, okay? And once you've done that, then you can continue on to the next one. And these take about 5 minutes total to put together. And that's about it. So we weren't going to do the whole thing today. I'm going to show you what it looks like when it's all said and done, and then we'll go over putting the clasps on it. Okay. So again, it just takes a couple seconds. You're going to take your link, pull it apart, attach it to the one that you just did. Take a link that doesn't have a slit, put it on there, push them together, and hold it tight, okay? And just for a couple seconds, And you'll do that until you get to the end of your bracelet and it looks like this, okay? Now, a couple things to note here. I've included enough pieces to make a full bracelet, but you can always copy paste. And the reason why I tell you that is because you can resize your bracelet by adding or reducing the number of links. The other way that you can resize your bracelet is by adding this extension chain, okay? So if you reduce it by so much that it's not quite long enough, then that's what the extension chain is for. So once you've done that, right, you'll end up with a full bracelet like that. You go ahead and take your gloves off. You'll be done with your gun. Go ahead and take one of your jump rings. Remember, we talked about this in the last video. When you're working with jump rings, you're twisting back and forth. You're not pulling apart like that, right? You're gonna twist it like this. Sorry. You're gonna twist and twist, okay? Twist and twist. So twist it open. Put one end in the bracelet. And then if you want to add an extension clasp chain, you can add it there. And then you're going to close it. Okay. Sorry, my hands are shaking. And then you're going to close again by twisting. Okay. And then you're going to flip it to the other side. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to twist open your jump ring. Put it into the loop on the end. And then you're going to add to your other end where your clasp is, okay? So you can see now, by doing that, you can resize your bracelet by adding links or adding an extender chain if you want to. And then when it's all said and done, it looks like this. And that is it. Those are your magic links. Just a couple tips. Remember not to overheat. Don't pull them apart. Just twist when you're putting them on. And that's it. And by the way, I think you can do this with a mirror too. Unlike the cuffs, I think mirror will work really well with these. So thanks again. Happy Easter. And I'll see you next time. Bye.